till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left.
Hey guys, today on the podcast we got Samu Kerevi. He's currently playing over in Japan for Suntory, and he's previously played for the Queensland Reds, and he was in the World Cup in 2019 for the Wallabies. I hope you guys enjoy the podcast with Samu, and I'll see you in the next one. Welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me, Maxie. It's been finally good to jump on.
Yeah. What did you want to be when you were growing up?
So for me, I guess when I was in primary school, playing a lot of rugby league and rugby union, and I think for me it was always wanted to play professional footy, but at the time as a young kid, it's just dreams and aspirations. So it's not until I got a little bit older then I realized that I could do that. But outside of that I've always wanted to be a fireman. So hopefully maybe after rugby start training for that.
Yeah. How would your oldest friend describe you?
My oldest friend, I guess the boys would probably describe me as a bit of a joker. In terms of I love to joke around with them and have a little bit of fun and games, but also pretty passionate about the things I do, especially about rugby and that. And pretty easygoing, not too difficult to hang around with. I'm pretty comfortable with every person I meet, and really comfortable with different walks of life. So I think I'm pretty easy to get along with.
Yeah. What are you most proud of in general life or your career so far?
I think making my family proud is probably the biggest reason why I do what I do, in terms of rugby and just life in general. I think my proudest moment in terms of rugby would be captaining the Queensland Reds. That's probably something I hold close to my heart, and playing with my brother for under-20s in Fiji. So playing with my older brother, him playing on the wing and myself in the centres was something that was a pretty massive milestone for my family and I. So that's probably be, in terms of rugby, be my proudest moments.
Yeah. How do you handle hard times then, like moving away and injury?
Yeah, it's always hard, bro. I think having that close, especially being of Pacific background, you're always really close to your family, and it's a very big family. So having that connection in Japan was really important for me. So having my brothers there has been an easier transition for me, in terms of being in Japan. Both my little brother and my older brother live in Japan. But it's always hard being away from family. But I think what holds me down is knowing why I'm playing footy and why I make the sacrifices in terms of playing in Japan is for the future of my family and of others. So that's always what keeps me driving forward. Especially with injuries and that, it's always hard. But lucky, for me, is my faith in God and that, and understanding that injuries come with footy. It's always going to be part of all that. So just working extremely hard to get back on the field, and just accepting things along the way that there's going to be bumps.
Yeah. What's it been like now playing in Japan?
Oh, it's been really enjoyable. The culture is a lot different in terms of the country itself and the people. The rugby culture is different, but there's some very talented people playing in Japan, and it's been pretty tough as well. Those players in Japan, there's a lot of foreigners that have come through Super Rugby, and from England and South Africa. All different players have come to Japan, to play there, and it's been pretty tough doing the games. But the culture around rugby and around the team has been awesome, and I've loved being in Japan.
Yeah. Are you excited to have Bowden Barrett in your team next year?
Yeah, I'm very excited. So yeah, obviously he's made his announcement of him coming to Suntory, and man, like who wouldn't be excited to play with Bodine? You know, he's probably the best player in the world at the moment, um, and he's playing some good footy at the Blues, and you know, touch wood, he stays injury free, and the team keeps going well, and he um, and hopefully, you know, with COVID going on at the moment, everyone gets to get into Japan, so that's probably really exciting for me to partner up with him over there, and yeah, to learn as well. You know, he's been part of great teams, and as the All Blacks, the Hurricanes, and now the Blues. So um, to be able to learn from him as well is probably something that I'll be really, really excited to do.
Yeah. Going back to last year with the Reds, what was it like captaining and what's the general experience like playing in the Super Rugby?
Super Rugby is probably for me as well is probably the toughest competition to play in. Obviously, playing teams from South Africa and New Zealand is always going to be hard, and in Australia, you know, playing those derbies, um, it's really tough. It's tough on the body. It's tough mentally. You know, especially being the captain. You know, you got a lot of weight on your shoulders in terms of your own performance. You know, so for me, when I was captain at the Reds at the time, you know, for me it was really important to, I guess, get my backyard in order and make sure that my performance was never going to be questioned, or um, that you know that for me is always a transition into leadership. So if I was performing well and training well and putting in time off the field in terms of video and the boys and that to help everyone be the best be the best they can, I feel like that kind of just made um, you know you as a leader as well as just talking. I think it's really important to show action and be about what you say. So it was really tough at times, you know, being the captain, and you know, everyone takes losses differently, and as a captain, you kind of take it a bit harder than others because you know you're trying to lead the team well, and you want everyone to be the best they can be on and off the field. So yeah, it was stressful at times, but probably the most enjoyable time of my life as well because of being able to lead the boys out and represent Queensland, which you know, like I said before, really I hold close to my heart. So
Yeah. What was it like then making your Wallabies debut?
oh man, it was unreal. You know, as a kid growing up in Queensland and being born in Fiji but being raised in Queensland. Um, you know, your aspiration is to always play for the best team and to play at the pinnacle of the sport, and that's you know playing and representing your national country. So for me to represent the Wallabies, you know, being a kid from Fiji was pretty surreal for me. I look at it just as a massive blessing, uh, like for my family and I, and it's pretty nerve-wracking, man. Like especially your debut. You know, I was blessed enough to make my Queensland debut in Brisbane, and also my Wallabies debut against England in Brisbane. So having your family and friends there, and the people that you know really helped you along the way to be where you are, and to put on that gold jersey is probably, yeah, it's probably the pinnacle and the most honourable thing to do for your country. So you know, it's always exciting, and it's always a blessing, and you know you never take those opportunities for granted.
Yeah. Do you remember anything from that game?
I remember bits and pieces. I remember you know, helping Hoops score a try. I remember just passing him the ball and he ran down the sideline. I remember splitting my head. Um, you know, one of my first couple of tackles, I still got the scar. I had to have this big band on, but um, bits of it is a blur. But I think before the game and after the game, sitting around with the boys is something I remember the most. You know, even though um, I think we lost that game, it's like how close it went down to the wire, and the experiences you have with your teammates is something that you always remember. Seeing your family after, you know, taking a family photo after is something that you know really I live close to my heart. So
Yeah. And then fast forwarding a couple of years, what was it like playing in the World Cup last year?
World Cup is the top of the top. So it was a massive honor to represent Australia in Japan. I think for the World Cup was something that I've always dreamed about playing, and was never sure if I was going to make it, that far. And when you actually put the jersey on and play that first game, all the sacrifices and everything that you've done to get there, trying to be consistent at Super Rugby to get selected, it's kind of overwhelming. And I think before the game, I was just super excited to get out there and just play some footy after a tough couple of weeks of the boys training hard. Leading up to the World Cup was really tough, man. The boys really put in a lot of hard yards to be able to be really fit at that time, and to represent Australia at the World Cup against, you could say the top 30 players in each country, to be in one place was an unbelievable experience, but an awesome honor to have. And bits and pieces, like I said, is a blur. In certain games, you pick out little things, but it's the time spent with the boys and the hard work that you put in together. That's what you really remember about it all.
Yeah. You still have a long way to go in your rugby career. Do you have any plans for the future?
So for the future, well, for now, I'm just trying to get back to Japan, start preseason with the boys at Suntory, and hopefully play some footy by January, depending on how COVID goes and, all around the world. But I think I still would love to put on the Australian jersey again. It's something that's always, close to my heart, but obviously I can't with the rules and that. So hopefully in the future, how things go, if I can come back, there'll be movement around there. But if not, I'm really enjoying my rugby in Japan at the moment. I'm enjoying my time with my family there, and I'm just trying to play some really good footy.
Yeah. There's a new rugby game that's come out on the PlayStation and Xbox, Rugby Challenge 4, and you're in it.
Yep.
That's just showing you there. That's you.
Oh.
And everyone's got a rating. What do you reckon your rating is out of 99?
My rating,
what they would have put you?
Probably, I'll go with 76.
90.
My rating's 90.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty alright. That goes alright. I thought I'd be definitely in the 70s or hopefully like low 80s. That's what I was going for. But 90s is really surprising. But I might need to get the game just to play. See how it goes. Have you been playing it?
Yeah, it's really good.
How do I go? Do I go alright or what?
Yeah, you're really good. Got you inside centre for the wallabies.
That's good. Hopefully, I'll get the game on PS4 and have a go on it and try to get good. But 90 is really surprising to me, to be honest. I thought definitely wouldn't be 90 on that.
Yeah. Have you always played centre during your career?
No. I actually started in the back second row. I don't know if you remember Curtis Browning. He used to play at the Reds as well. Him and I were the second row for our state high first 15 team. So I was playing second row with him in year 11, and then I got dropped. I look back at it now, it's probably the biggest blessing that's ever happened to me, being dropped from first, because I played, I think, 2 games at second row, and then I got dropped. After I got dropped, I went to the seconds team, and they needed a center. So Michael Grice, who was the coach for the seconds and the S&C for the first 15 at Brisbane State High at the time, just asked me if I wanted to play some center. So I switched like the week after. So after I switched to center, I never went back to second row. I saw the light, and I didn't want to do mauls at training anymore. So I just wanted to do backline moves. And man, it's funny because it's probably, like I said, the biggest blessing that's ever happened, because once I switched, I stayed at the centers, and you dabble in the wing sometimes, you play different positions in the back line, but I became really comfortable at center, and just enjoyed running the ball, so it's funny how things kind of go. And then the following year, my grade 12 year, I ended up playing center for the first. So different work rate and that what you need from second row. But yeah, it's kind of a blessing in disguise.
Yeah. And from there, what was your path to professional rugby from a young age?
So I played lot of rugby league on Friday nights, and I played club rugby on Sunday, sorry, during public, like when I was in primary school and that. And as I went to high school, I dominantly played rugby union and started playing. So I would play state high on Saturday, and I'd play for Sunnybank on Sunday. And that just kept going for a couple of years until you kind of get older and your body starts to get a bit more sore. You can't be playing 2 games in a row, and so I started really predominantly playing for school. Um, and that's what kind of taught me, the rules and how I want to play in rugby union. And I've always played it from a young age, but that's when I kind of took it serious and was really driven to want to be a professional. I've said it before, and there's a lot of people from my school that was way more talented than myself, way more talented. And they would play, the Reds juniors teams, and I would never make any of those teams. So um, I was lucky enough to go to Fiji and play for under 20s after school, and then that's what really humbled me to see how far I can go with rugby. And so I played under 20s for Fiji, and then I came back and played for Jeeps Colts, and that kind of took my rugby up and slowly got into the academy in terms of the national academy at the Reds, and we started playing games there. And then I think the back end of 2013, after I played some premier with a premier team at Jeeps, I got selected into the Reds squad. So it was kind of a up and down road. It's a really tough road, especially for a young guy because there's a lot of young talent coming through. So it's always been hard for me to crack it. But once you get the opportunity, you got to really take it. And I was just lucky enough to get an opportunity with the Reds and started playing some good rugby. So
Yeah. What are your goals for the next couple of years?
um, I got a lot of goals in terms of rugby. I want to win. I want to win championships with Suntory in Japan. That's the biggest goal I want in terms of rugby. But off the field is just really working on after the rugby. I've got a business degree that I need to finish off at QET, so it's something that I need to put some time and effort into. So finish off my classes there, get that degree and work on some things for after rugby, which is really important to me because you can only play rugby for so many years, and when it comes to an end, you have to have a backup plan. So working on things like that, my studying. I got a apparel brand named Trui that we do on the side with some of the boys, and it kind of keeps my brain ticking over in terms of business aspirations and whatnot. So yeah, it's something that's really important to me.
Yeah. How much longer left do you have in that business degree?
I think I've got about it's either between 7 or 12 classes subjects left that I have to do. So um, it's hard when you're playing footy. I don't know how some boys do it. They can study and play footy all at the same time, and they're really good at it. But I think I've got a short attention span in terms of studying. So it's really hard for me. And if I got that rugby challenge game as well, whoa, that would throw the studying out the window. So better be careful. Better be careful with all that.
Yeah. How are you keeping yourself busy and fit during this time?
Oh man, I've just been training. Training twice. Most days, Mondays I'll have 2 sessions with some conditioning and some gym. On Tuesday and Thursday nights, I go to Jeeps and do some training with the Jeeps boys, and just get involved with club rugby and just help out where I can and some pointers where I can. And on Wednesdays will be touch, so play some touch footy every Wednesday down at North around 3 o'clock. So we've been inviting a lot of people to come down. So the numbers have been growing. So I probably need to be careful because there's a lot of boys coming, and obviously the Reds boys can't come play because they're in their little bubble. But a lot of boys come down and just to stay fit. So that's been a really enjoyable thing in terms of competition and working on skills. It's probably the closest thing I've come to as a rugby game the last couple of months. So yeah, it's been training most days, twice a day. Trying to eat well, and just staying busy in terms of that. And I've been on holidays since about May or Feb, around that time, since rugby's ended, and just been training since then.
Yeah. Who's the worst teammates to room with through your career and why?
The worst teammate that I've roomed with?
Yeah.
Oh, it would have to be Willie G. I always tell everyone, Will Genya, he's the best and the worst at the same time, all in one. He's the best in terms of as company, and we have a lot of fun together. We have dance battles, tell a lot of jokes, play some music, and he's pretty handy on the guitar. But he spends way too long on the shower. I promise you, he'll spend, I reckon, an hour in the shower. I don't know. And the shower might not even be on. He'll just be sitting in the toilet. He takes the longest in the toilet. I think he's doing his hair, his makeup, and all. But yeah, Willie Genya is the best and worst all in one little package.
Yeah. What's the best word to describe you right now?
The best word to describe me?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good question. Best word to describe me. Oh man, I wouldn't know the best word to describe me. I'll say easygoing. Easygoing. Like I like to be involved with everything, but at the same time, stay home and relax and sleep and eat and train. But at the same time, be able to go out with the boys and do something, go camping and whatnot. But yeah, whatever's easy with the boys and whatever easy is to plan, and I'll jump on board and have a go at it. So I reckon, yeah, easy going with both sides of it.
Yeah. What advice would you give a 12-year-old today?
Advice: listen to your parents, for one.
Definitely.
It's really, yeah, definitely listen to your parents and eat your greens. But I think for rugby, in terms of rugby, is enjoy it first. If you lose that enjoyment, I feel like that's when you kind of lose the drive for rugby. I know for a lot of the boys that are still playing professional now, like once you lose that enjoyment and that drive, it kind of becomes hard to get out of bed. So if you build that habit from the start, is that you enjoy the training, you enjoy the hard times, and understand that there will be hard times, because sometimes you don't get picked for that state school team or that national team, or your representative side. Sometimes that's just how life is. But if you lose that enjoyment of rugby and the love you have for it, it's everything else just kind of gets thrown out the window, and you lose that as you get older, because there's a lot of things in life that'll come by, and you'll see other things that you want to do and whatnot. So definitely enjoy these moments, because you're only going to be 12 once, and then next year you'll be 13. So enjoy these little moments you have with your mates. Things change really quickly, so yeah, enjoy the little things as you're young. Having your laundry done for you, your dinner cooked for you. You don't have to pay bills. You get Rugby Challenge 4, so get your dad to buy everything you need. So yeah, enjoy that, because once you get older, you'll be paying your bills and whatnot, and life hits you like a ton of bricks. So
Yeah. Thanks for coming on the podcast today.
man, Lisa, thank you very much for having me. I really enjoyed it, and I hopefully do another one soon. When I'm over in Japan, we can do another one.
Thanks for listening to the podcast with Samu Kerevi. Don't forget to go subscribe to me and also leave a like. Thanks, guys.
They do have a timeout. Decide not to use it. Curry, way downtown.